This is a Samsung A16 5G screen replacement guide. The screen is shattered and we're going to get it fixed. And to do it, you're going to have to heat up the back with a heating pad or a heating gun to take off the back. It's not like the other A series where you don't have to remove the back with heat beforehand. All right, so we got it heated up for about 10 minutes on our heating pad. And we'll first start with a metal pry tool and then get a plastic pry tool underneath there to work our way around the edges. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, especially if you use this guide to fix your phone. Take your time while you do this because you don't want to accidentally puncture the battery inside the phone. So take your time and be patient and get your tool underneath with the plastic pry tool and work your way around. I'll leave a link in the description below for all the tools that I use to take apart this phone. All right, we got the back off, and now it's time to grab out our handy PH000 screwdriver. You're going to need to disconnect the power button connection and then take out the SIM card tray after you remove all the PH000 screws holding down the frame. If you find this guide helpful and end up using it, please consider leaving me a super thanks. It helps me create content like this. All right, so we got the SIM card tray out, and grab out your metal pry tool and pry right where the SIM card tray is. And it's kind of like the A14 where you have to pop and snap all the edges of it to get off the frame. And it should come off pretty easy since it's all unscrewed. Perfect. We got the frame off, so now it's time to disconnect the battery. It's that orange connector on the left, and you'll want to make sure you use a plastic spudger while you disconnect it. While you have the plastic spudger out, you can disconnect the charge port and the screen as well. The flex cable is connected together, and you can look at the model number of the phone on the flex cable. Just so you know, because there's multiple different versions of the screen that you're supposed to order for this phone. And then there's one PH000 screw that's black that holds down the board and one that holds down the charge port. So we'll get that all removed. On the flex cable, it says SM-A166B. So that's the type of screen that I have. And if you don't know what type of screen you have, you'll have to take it apart unless you know the exact model number. All right, we'll disconnect the charge port and the screen. The screen is the orange connector, and we're going to use our flat end of our plastic spudger while it's screwed down to remove the connector so then it will come off easy because there is adhesive holding it down. Awesome. We got the charge port out. Now it's time to remove the battery. And there's this pull tab that you can pull on, and there's also another one. And I really struggled with it this time. Sometimes they come out nice and easy, so you'll have to brute force, super strength, nerd, rage, take it out. Anyways, I bet you guys can get it out. I got it out. It was really hard for me, but I just wanted to let you know if you can't get it out, you can use alcohol and a plastic pry tool. Always a plastic pry tool when removing a battery because you could start a fire if you used a metal pry tool. All right, so we're going to try and keep trying to get the battery out. And I'm going to skip forward a little bit while I struggle to pull it out. I got a little bit of a lip on it, so I managed to stick a plastic spudger in between the battery and the adhesive, and it allowed me to get a grip on it and pull it all the way out without bending up the battery, which I was surprised that the battery didn't get bent up very much, just a little bit, but not enough to make it not work. Now we can grab out the Taptic engine. We'll use a little bit of alcohol and some bended tweezers to pry right here in this little spot on the side. Sometimes they'll have to take out the loudspeaker and the ear speaker, or also the power button. But in this video, I don't show that because my screen came with those parts already installed. Here's the new screen. Now I have time to put it back together. I got my screen from mobilecentrics.com, and there's many other places you could order the screen from, and that's just one vendor that I use out of many. I really like this design of the phone. I think it's going to be a lot more liquid damage proof. My daughter has an A14 and I've probably fixed that thing like 5 or 6 times now. And I wanted to also say that I probably worked on the A14 over 100 times working on the phone for Amazon for a while. And I really think the A16 is going to be a better design of a phone. And I like how it comes apart. It's not so difficult to take off the back housing or like the frame part. And I think anyone could do it. Well, I'm going to put together the phone, slap on some adhesive for the battery because I couldn't reuse the adhesive that you used to do the pull tab. I would recommend ordering the battery adhesive with it so then you can easily take out the battery if you have to do the repair again. Otherwise, you might have to do a battery replacement at the same time as the screen because the battery didn't come out or it got bent up too much. Because I didn't order the adhesive with the battery, I'm just going to use stripped adhesive to hold down the battery, and you're going to need to use adhesive. Do not put the battery in without adhesive because it'll bounce around and come loose. All right, you guys, I'm going to speed up this part of the video. Please like and subscribe. All right, this repair was worth it.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
It's your tech week.